Hey, what's up? Another video about Mecha Break. I wanted to talk about the developer update that they did. I think it seemed like an in-house Q&A thing because they called it a Q&A, but I don't know. Maybe it's popular in another country that I just didn't know who the interviewer was, but it seemed in-house, like they did their own like Q&A thing. I could be wrong. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about what they brought up, what their plans are for what will be in the game at launch. So we'll chat. I'm gonna go over my notes here and give you some of my thoughts on that. So you'll be able to walk around in your hangar to view your mechs, like your own garage. So you get to go, walk through there in 3D and stand next to your mechs and stuff. That sounds cool. That's neat. And then also, apparently, you'll be able to walk around your base, like the whole base as a whole. It'll count as your home and your hangout. You can explore different rooms in there, like the bar or whatever. All these, he kept mentioning all these rooms, and I was like, but why? And not to be like me, where I was just like, but why? Like, what's the point of that? There's nothing wrong with that, but why? I get some people like that, I guess, right? I guess kind of like people request that in World of Warcraft, MMOs, stuff like that, where they want their like house, right? Like they want their own house and whatever. So I guess we could consider it like that. Even Anthem had something similar to that. They had their little garage and stuff, but they all have their hubs. Oh yeah, this was cool. You get to talk to your pilots and know their story. Because you pick pilots that pilot the mechs in the game and whatever. So you'll apparently get to know their story, get to know them better and whatever. I'm sure there's a lot of witty banter talking about cupcakes and stuff. I hate that stuff. So I hate filler dialogue, dude. I hate filler dialogue. So sick of it. Anyways, oh yeah, he said it would be a huge map, and I wasn't sure what he meant. Like, does he mean like the game as a whole, or like each individual map? He also said 256 square kilometers. I'm an American. I don't know what that is. I'm dumb. So if you know, cool, right on. But he describes it. He says it's 10 times bigger than the observatory map in the beta. And I was like, I didn't get to know the maps by name. I don't usually, until I played maybe 100 hours where I start noticing, but I usually don't care, anyways. Yeah, so 10 times bigger than a map, and I don't know what that means. I don't know if he means, like I said, the world as a whole, or each individual section that you're playing off inside of that world. Let's see. So their plans as far as other content besides the 6v6 and stuff will be a 3-player PvE VP, right? Extraction mode. So I'm not sure exactly. He didn't go into full details, right? Like, this is all very simple things, little like, this is what we're planning, but no like deep details yet. Be an extraction mode. It'll have normal mobs, elite mobs, and bosses, which that sounds cool and fun. I don't know what the PvP aspect of that is. It actually reminded me of let me think of. There's another game. I can't remember if it got shut down. Is it Shadow Lords or something like that? No, crap. It was a really cool game too. They had a different name before they changed. Raiders of the Lost Ark or something like that, right? I don't want to. I forget what they changed the name to, but I think it was Raiders of the Lost Ark, and they changed their name to like Stormlords or something. I wish I could remember. Oh my gosh, it's so dumb. I even written a couple of articles about it and stuff in the past. Anyways, they had a co-op mode where you could also have an invader come in. Which was interesting, very interesting. Space Lords, dude, Space Lords, yeah, that game was freaking cool, man. That was a cool ass game. I don't know if it's still like if it's just like barely alive and there's like maybe 10 players in it. I don't remember, because I think one time they announced the server shutting down, but then I don't think it did shut down. I can't remember. It was sad to see because that was a cool game, man. I remember when they said they changed the name from Raiders of the Lost Ark to Space Lords was because the name was too long or something. I was like, oh, get out of here, dude. That name was cool, man. I liked it. I thought it was fine. Anyways, back to what we're talking about here, Mecha Break. It just reminded me of that, thinking of like the co-op like PvP thing, Let's see. So the one thing I thought was funny about Oh, you know, I'm gonna save that for last. Let me go into a couple notes. I have the worst for last. Okay, his answer to the challenges being too hard, and I remember there was a few challenges so in the game, and I didn't realize this for a little while. They had a challenge mode for each specific mech, and this mode it's designed to get you used to the mech, the abilities that they have, how the playstyle is, like how to be good at it, right? That's what the trials are for. They're little challenge modes. And I'd gotten to like the second or third step on 2 different mechs, and it just became impossible. And I was like, because you have to perfect it, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. The thing that I didn't like about it is that the fact that you had to perfect something so basic. Like, it's like perfecting aim, you know, right? Like if they give you like this really impossible challenge mode just for you to learn how to use L2 and R2, like this impossible like challenge just to get you to use your triggers, like it's such a like, it just doesn't make sense the way that the challenge is. Like it requires too much perfection for something so like, okay, whatever, you know. It's like I don't know, it's just weird to me. So he was explaining that, you know, it's meant to be hard, like, you know, to help you figure out how the mech plays and stuff, which I fully understand that, but like I didn't think he understood that it's still too imbalanced. Like I know what you're saying. That's still too hard. Like, that's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Anyways, I'm sure there could be some balancing there, you know. It doesn't have to be. It was just, I was like, no, that's the wrong answer for that. Like, you're literally requiring perfection for like nothing. Like, I don't know, it was weird, man. It was weird. You go, when you play that game, you'll see what I mean, unless they've updated it by then, you know, whatever. Let's see. What else we have here? So, oh, he said there will, in relation to that, there will be extra tutorials in the full game. More. So that was his answer. Like, we'll have more instructions for you when the game comes out. And I'm like, okay, that's cool though. Whatever. It says, oh, and he said, well, you know what? I thought he said that there's a quote that they have: the pilot makes the mech, not the other way around, and it goes both ways. Like, yeah, sure, the pilot can do their very best with what they have, though. You know, it's still designed to work one way unless you actually change it. So, no, the pilot doesn't make the mech. Like, whoever designed it to work the way it does made it the way it works the way it does. Like, it's just like, you know, but no, I get the, oh, I forget the word, whatever. I understand what he's saying, but it's like, no, it's not like, I mean, come on, man. Anyways, so the worst for last. I just thought this was funny because they try to make this big deal about like, oh, we're doing cosmetics only. It's not going to be pay to win, and everybody gets excited in the comments and stuff. This is what pisses me, because I saw this on Twitter. I'm like, why is everybody excited? This is literally every game ever, you stupid idiots. Literally, like, holy crap. That's, and they're all excited. I'm like, it's just a bunch of stupid, man. Cosmetic only. It's so funny to me how people will celebrate that as if it matters when that's what everybody does. Cosmetic only. I've played many free-to-play games in the past, and there wasn't a single one of them that people weren't complaining and calling it pay to win, even when they weren't pay to win. Like, I knew they weren't pay to win. I was like, no, what? Like, no, you don't. This, imagine calling Warframe pay to win, man. You know, or even Destiny. Like, no, that's not hot. No, just stop it. You know, but they did that for everything. It was rare for me. There was maybe 1 or 2 games out of the hundreds that I played that were actually pay to win. Like, you know, where you put money in the cash shop, and here you are, super powerful compared to everybody else. But at the same time, that, you know, you could still grind for that same gear. You know, you'd be getting your ass kicked that whole time by the people that paid for it, but you can unlock it eventually, you know, right? Whatever. So it's still, at the same time, it's not exactly pay to win, right? Like, it's just weird, man. It's weird. Anyways, so the cosmetic only thing is always funny to me, especially when people celebrate it. It's like, no, what do you... Yeah, apparently you're perfectly fine with $80 skins, costume skins. Even $30 is just stupid. $15 is already too much. $10 is too much for a skin. You idiots, you know? It's like, what? Anyways. So I thought that was funny. Everybody was celebrating it and stuff. But yeah, that was it. That was the Q&A for the developer. They it was about a 10-minute long video, and yeah, just some extra things that they were sharing about what's going to be in the official game, and I thought that was cool. That was neat. It was a little thing. I'll put a link to the little interview they did. And yeah, I didn't realize it wasn't going to be as exciting. Like I just thought it would be worth sharing when I first was checking out the interview, because I was like, well, here's some information about what's going to come out with the game. But then when they were talking about the cosmetics only, and I'm just seeing the replies by people like, yay, it's just like, it's just smack, 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 smack. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna go now. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.